Time once again for our Morning Cup of Joe with Metro Sheriff Joe Lombardo joining us from Metro headquarters. Sheriff, good to see you again.
Good morning, John.
Got the cup of Joe right there. Good to know. Well, Governor Steve Sisolak says that he wants to see more enforcement officers operating in specific areas. How is Metro going to be assisting in this increased enforcement, and how is local and state authorities working together on this?
We've always taken the stance as the police department as secondary. So the primary folks are OSHA, city business license, county business license, and once they receive information, either our system or their system, the business license will approach the business per se, provide some education. If they're not understanding the directives, subsequent violation, they will issue a civil citation that will have a direct effect on their license per se into the future. And then if they still fail to act, then Metro is called in as a force multiplier. Well,
Nevada's Department of Motor Vehicles has extended deadlines for getting vehicles registered because of the shutdowns. We know the department was closed for a long time. Question a lot of drivers have: can an expired registration still be used as a valid reason to pull someone over right now? We know people might have not been able to take care of that because the DMV has been closed.
Yes, it is. It's still a probable cause ability for an officer to pull you over. DMV has allowed individuals, I believe it's from March 13th or 15th till September 13th, to validate their registration. You still are required to have insurance, whether there's COVID or not, and that's an important piece of traveling along the roadways on a daily basis.
With fewer tourists and traffic here in Las Vegas than a normal summer because of the pandemic, is Metro shifting some of the officers maybe on the command that handles the Las Vegas Strip to other parts of the valley? And we've talked before about staffing at Metro. Is there a chance there might be some layoffs because of that revenue that's been sapped from the tax rolls?
The footprint that the Convention Center Area Command, who is responsible for the Strip, is we are maintaining that footprint because there's a lot of people that live in close proximity of the Strip. The officer's responsibility isn't strictly Las Vegas Boulevard, it's the surrounding neighborhoods. So we've been able to keep our head above water currently because of hiring restrictions. And I don't know when that's going to be lifted into the future. So depending on next fiscal year and whether we have the additional CARES money from the federal government to help us supplement our existing economy and the tax revenue, what that looks like, it may involve some layoffs moving forward.
Sheriff Lombardo, thank you very much for joining us this morning here on 8 News Now. If you at home have a question for Sheriff Joe Lombardo, just submit it at 8newsnow.com. You can find out if your question is answered every Wednesday.